Barrichello. He set the fastest sector time for the first part of the track and the middle sector. Can he hold it together? Rubens Barrichello on home territory. Hasn't had a pole for 5 years, and now he's coming. Rubens Barrichello knows the time to beat, and he's done it. 900th of a second. Rubens Barrichello has risen to the challenge. No wonder the floor mechanics are celebrating. Rubens Barrichello. The grandstand is alive. Barrichello.
Beauty, that is P1 in Brazil, dude. That is P1 in Brazil. Jenson Button, P14. Sebastian Vettel, P16. Where are you now?
The oldest man, but the fastest man.
Very, very, very happy with this situation, and it's great to see that all the people stayed to see it, because they went through a heavy period of rain, so I was expecting people to leave, but very happy that they stayed to see this.
Fernando Alonso, confirmation that he starts outside the top 10. It's lights out and away we go. It's a decent start from Sebastian Vettel and another fast start from Fernando Alonso in the Ferrari. And we've seen Alonso and Hülkenberg scrapping it out over the last few laps, and eventually Fernando Alonso has managed to get through and get past and pop himself up in the 7th place. Alonso goes through on Michael Schumacher.
And look at that, Vettel's going slowly.
And Vettel's got a major problem. Fernando Alonso leads. They are going absolutely wild in the stands here. Victory taken away from him. Very unhappy young man. Alonso, in front of his adoring Spanish fans, comes home to win the Grand Prix of Europe.
Giornata fantastica. Giornata fantastica.
Now with the Euro Football Championship, also a lot of Spanish atmosphere inside all of us, and feeling very proud to be Spanish sportsman at the moment, and winning in Spain this race is probably the best victory I ever felt, or in terms of emotions, nothing maybe compared to this one.
Great immediate getaway by Kobayashi, and look at Hamilton down the inside. The crowd goes mad as Lewis Hamilton sides up the inside, but Kobayashi not having that. He looks in his mirrors to see where Hamilton is. He's squeezing his teammate. Hamilton has to back out of it. On the run down the hangar straight then towards Stowe, and this is where Mansell passed Piquet. Hamilton has gone past Kobayashi in an equally memorable pass. He came here to Silverstone and he has shown them all with one of the great drives. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. A fantastic performance, a mesmerising drive. At times he was 5 or 6 seconds a lap quicker than men on the same tyres. Stunning drive by Lewis Hamilton.
It's by far the best victory I've ever had.
There he is, the Australian driver. Let's cheer him home, Australia. A fantastic performance through the final corners. What an extraordinary story. Qualified 18th on the grid. He was delighted with that, because after all he had 2 Jaguars behind him through turn 16 and turn 17. And watch the grandstand. Webber punches the air. The grandstand stand. Yes! Advance Australia, fair. You've done it, boy. Fair dinkum. Mark Webber finishes in 5th place. It's a dream for Australia, a dream for Mark Webber, and a dream for Paul Stoddart, the owner of Minardi. He may never have a better chance to score 2 points than that. What an emotional moment.
I was getting worried for him. He was only 2.6 seconds ahead of Salo. He was cruising around talking to the crowd, and Salo was homing in on him and crossed the line just 2.6, but I'm sure he had it under control. 2 World Championship points then for Minardi and Mark Webber.
On a freezing day in October 1978, Gilles Villeneuve scored his first Formula One win in front of 72,000 of his fellow Canadians. On a brand new track built on the Ile Notre Dame, Villeneuve passed Alan Jones and Jody Scheckter to take P2. When leader Jean-Pierre Jarier retired in the pits, the Quebecois fans were sent into raptures. With snow falling, Villeneuve sprayed beer on the podium while dressed in a hunting jacket. It remains the only time a Canadian has won their home Grand Prix, on a circuit which now bears his name.
closes in at the hairpin, but doesn't close in enough to get past Kamui Kobayashi. Kobayashi just beats Jenson Button, home for third place, and for the first time since 1990, a Japanese driver will stand on the podium here at Suzuka. And for Sauber, it's utter delight. For Kamui Kobayashi, it is total dreamland here in his home Grand Prix.
This is my first podium in Japan. This is fantastic, unbelievable, you know.
Look how close Max is now. Yeah. This is his opportunity.
But look how close Lewis is as well. Valtteri has done a sterling job here to try and hold up Max Verstappen. He's not going to hold him up any longer, because with DRS, there he goes. And you can hear the roar from the Dutch Lions in the grandstands.
That's mega. Let's go.
And it is double Dutch delight for Max Verstappen, who crosses the line to win the Dutch Grand Prix. Tiesto waves the flag. Turn up to the max. Listen to that roar.
He's the only Dutch driver to win a Grand Prix. So he's going to have all the support from the fans. And
they've come here for a festival and the celebration. Have a listen to that.
I kind of wish we were out there right now.
Yeah. The Red Bull team wait to give him a hug as well. He's experiencing this at the age of 23. We forget how young Max Verstappen is and how well he's doing to cope with the huge pressure on him.
I'm of course so happy to win here, to take the lead as well in the championship. It's just an amazing day with just the whole crowd. You know, it's incredible.
British Grand Prix of 1992 is go, and Mansell straight on the power. Patrese alongside him, the Italian has again out-dragged Nigel Mansell. He leads into Cops. Patrese, the Italian in the Williams Renault, is now in second position because Nigel Mansell has exerted his authority and has surged past Patrese. The Union Jacks are waving, and Nigel Mansell wins the 1992 British Grand Prix in terrific style. Hands off the wheel. He sees the opportunity to become the world champion getting greater and greater, and you can see how happy Nigel Mansell is. And they're seeing now their hero come through. What a wonderful sight. And there are the men who we expect to make the running, Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher. That one completed. Hill, Schumacher, Coulthard, and off goes Damon Hill out of the race, and Michael Schumacher takes the lead, and well, that was, to put it mildly, a dramatic development and an awful development for poor Damon Hill, who started this race 11 points behind Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher is almost victoriously home. He is into the Sachs curve of the stadium. Now he comes up to the last corner but one, and then the last corner, the Sud curve. The crowd is rising, the crowd is roaring, the flags are waving to greet home their idol and their hero. Michael Schumacher, as usual, dives up to his pit to receive their applause, and he wins the German Grand Prix. And look at him, there is the hero, and there are the people who admire and venerate him. There are over 100,000 Germans here, and this is what they have waited for so long, to see a German win the German Grand Prix. It's happened here at Hockenheim.
I just think it's crazy to be at home, to win your home Grand Prix, especially in such a crowd. It's a dream. You even can't dream of this. It's unbelievable.
And there's been a lot of talk in the press talking about Senna's home advantage, whatever that might mean, because I have to say that in my opinion, for Ayrton Senna, home is a disadvantage.
Go! Senna gets away well, and we're getting one of two spots of rain here The Brazilian hero, Ayrton Senna, has got Riccardo Patrese bearing down on his McLaren Honda, gaining all the time.
And we've got a little bit of rain coming down to just to add to it. But, no, and Senna, yes, that you see, he's definitely got a gearbox problem. He can't get the lower gears.
It's pouring with rain now. I look through and I see Senna waving. Look at him, he's saying, stop the race, stop the race. But it's too late, Ayrton, you're on the last lap. You can lose this race.
And here comes Ayrton Senna for a fine win.
Yes, Ayrton Senna achieves his ambition to win the Brazilian Grand Prix.
I've been very near to win the Brazilian Grand Prix many other occasions, and today is a memorable day in my career, in my life. It's a super day. I'm over the moon.